Hello, good evening all, and welcome back on my channel. So in today's video, we are going to read editorial section from the Hindu newspaper. And our today's video, we will cover a very important article. Actually, for today's editorial, there are four important articles. First one is no room for bravado. Second one is a planetary adjustment. uh, Third one is India has still to get a good grip on road safety. The fourth one is etching a trade line to beyond oil. So in the four line, the first article, no room for bravado, which is about the COVID related issues, and the government is going to relaxation. The second one is about a planetary adjustment, so it's all about renewable energy and all of these things. Etching a trade line, it is about the free trade with UAE, and and this article is all about road safety. So we will be covering all the articles one by one. We will start from this article. India has still to get a good grip on road safety, and then we will go further. So let's start. India has still to get a good grip on road safety. So from here, it is clear that for the road safety, for the road map plan, India need to be prepared, and India need to be India need to majorly India's plan is to reduce the road accident in next up to 2025 by half. And majorly because the lots of deaths are happening in these accidents. So but now there's a long plan for to implement it, because there it is lots of incidents are happening because of bad roads or wrong driving and lots of issues. So now let's read it. The center and its state needs to be on the same page. So the center and states which are forming different type of schemes, they should form all type of schemes by going with each other in improving and strengthening safety plans and infrastructure. Because for our reducing the accidents, you need to be focused on provide a good infrastructure like good roads. There will not be any type of pitch holes or anything, and safety plans also. So now let's read it. Last year, while inaugurating inaugurating a webinar on vehicle crashes and road safety, organized by the MIT Art Design and Technology University Pune, Union Minister for Road Transportation Highway Nitin Gadkari remarked that the target is to reduce 50% of road accident by 2025. So a webinar was held at MIT Art Design Technical University Pune, which was about the road safety and wheel crashes. So Mr. Nitin Gadkari, who is the Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways, said that government is his target is to reduce all these trend by 5% up to 2025. So government is planned to reduce all these incidents, and he also added that we can achieve zero deaths due to road accident by, and he also have planned that we will be planning to reduce all type, like eliminate all type of deaths by road accident uh, till 2030. So it's a 8 to 9 year plans. He said that Ministry of Road Transport and Highways had participated in a conference in Sweden in 2020, the third high-level global conference on road safety for achieving global goals to 2030, where it was conceptualized to have zero road fatalities in India 2030. So minister also said that a conference was held in Sweden. It was all about a global level for the roads safety, and it was a third this type of conference where it was conceptualizing, like it was a plan was has been made it, and there was a discussion about it that that in India what we will do in future and how will we reduce the number of accident, because a lot of fatalities happen, a lot of accidents happen, a lot of people get disabled, or they lost their lives because of these type of accidents. So India is planning to this uh, achieve zero road fatalities in India by 2030. Therefore, so for it, there was a need to expedite to task of saving lives in accident. So that's why for to achieve this, India need to do lots of tasks because every life is very precious, and to save those lives in accident, though it is essential to remain focused in this approach and be optimistic while fixing target. So it is also essential that whenever you are fixing any target, so what will be your approach, how will we you will achieve it, and yes, be optimistic that yes, we can achieve those target. The past record of road accident and available infrastructure to deal with road safety measures in India should not be lost sight of. But while you are fixing the target, you should also look on the past record, like what are the past record of a road accident, and what is how is your infrastructure, what so by when you will go for adopting an approach, so you will be make approaches by this, you will improve your infrastructure, and then you will be able to know that how can we make the safety measures. And so you should not lose sight, you should not close eyes your on it, particularly when the enforcement of motor vehicle related laws is primarily the responsibility of the states. And if we talk about because there are lots of incidents are happening that your motor vehicles are not well maintained, it is out of service or it is condemned, but still people are using it, and they are not following traffic rules. So basically these are all comes under the state government's responsibility to enforcement, uh, to charge people if they are not following motor vehicles rule, because by this they do not only put their life on stake in danger, but also other person's life also. So now if we will talk about in numbers from data, where do we stand versus last ticket target? So what was our last ticket target for the road accident? So in 2020, the United Nations General Assembly, after considering the alarming situation of road accident fatalities, adopted the global plan for decade of action for road safety. So around 12 years ago in 2020, when United Nations General Assembly also realized that it is very alarming situation, because lot of people are losing their lives in these type of road accident. So they have adopted a global plan to reduce the number of road accident, to uh, decrease the road fatalities, the deaths of people, and prepared a plan for the 2011 to 2020. For the last decade, there was a plan was made. It was aimed to reduce fatalities and road active and up to 50% in the year 2020. So now we will see what happened and was accepted by much of the world, including India, and it was also accepted that the whole world will work toward it, and India will also work on it. Though a number of steps have been taken, however, it is not that we didn't take any step. Yes, in the last 10 decades, when UN take it very seriously, and most of the countries have taken so many steps to check road accident, means to decrease those road accidents and statics. So the data has been also published by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, shows that the number of deaths in road accident increased from 1,40,000 in 2011 to 1,51,000 level in 2019. However, if we will talk in the context of India, now here is an increase from 9,000 to 10,000 in last 8 to 9 years in the road accident. So the ministry is yet to publish it, but yet we have not got the data for the 2020. So as you can see here, what was our plan to reduce the death, but still we couldn't achieve it. But the annual publication of National Crime Records Bureau titles accidental death in society in India shows that 1,33,000 were recorded in 2020. This reduction of accident in 2000 was primarily due to the various lockdowns which were in force during the first wave of COVID, when only a limited number of motor vehicles were on the road. So, however, we saw a decrease in the road accident in 2020 or 20. But however, if we will talk that it was all due to in 2020 after the March COVID came into the existence, and a lockdown was imposed. So at that time there were only few vehicles were running on the road, so that's why the number is less for 2020 when only a limited number of motor vehicles were on the road. Okay, so however, the fatality of a number of deaths per 100 accident, which was 26.9, continued to rise from 28.63 in 2011 to 37.54 in 2020. But if we will talk about how many deaths are happening, so in 2011, 2001, when 100 accident, when there were only 26 around 27 deaths in over the 100 accidents, then that rise up to 28.63 in 2011, and now it is about 2020 is 37. So here is the sharp increase in it. Thus it is evident that despite setting a target of 50% reduction in accidental death, the fatalities from road accident actually increased in the last decade. So it from this data, it is clear that United Nations was planning to reduce the number of fatalities in overall all this type of incidents, but here it didn't happen. Even in that situation, more fatalities happened, and the number of fatalities even increased the from this data. It is clear now court intervention. So court have also intervened in this matter. The Supreme Court of India, while hearing a petition filed by Dr. S. Rajasekharan, an orthopedic surgeon and then president of the Indian Orthopedic Association on road safety, passed an order to constitute a committee of road safety under the chairmanship of Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan, which was notified by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway on May. So, Supreme Court has also formed a committee on road safety when a doctor filed a petition as Rajasekharan. So after that, Ministry of Road Transport also notified that Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan will held this will work on this committee, and the court on after that forming this committee, the court on November 30 27 issued a number of directives with regard to road safety. After that, when this committee gave the report, so our court had given many directions regarding the road safety that include the constitution of state road safety council, establishment of lead agency, the setting of road safety fund, not notification of a road safety action plan, the constitution of a district safety committee, engineering improvement, the identification and rectification of black spot, adoption of traffic calming measure, conducting road safety audit, the acquisition of road safety equipment. So there were lots of guidelines and lots of orders was given by the Supreme Court. Like as here you can see, it have given that there will be should be a state road safety council should be formed, and a lead agency should be, so it will look on the matter. Also a fund should be there for it, and regarding it a road safety action plan should be made. And apart from state committees, district committee also form, and in the infrastructure need to improve it by from the engineering perspective, also identify those black spots, so where most of the accidents are happening. So those spots are known as black spots. So identify those black spots and then rectify them. Also, adoption of like adopt how can traffic be lower, so adopt different type of measures also. And conducting road safety audits to know about the roads, so it needs to conduct audits also acquire all of the required equipment for the road safety. And if someone is getting injured, so this they should get treatment as early as possible. So for them, establishing the trauma care center and the inclusion of road safety education roles in the academic curriculum of school, because when you will go in school you will understand what can happen with you if you don't drive better, if you don't follow the traffic rules. So it was all the this thing direction was given by the Supreme Court. So the Committee on Road Safety followed up every directive of the court with states and helped in improving the overall road safety scenario. There is many a slip between the cup and lip, but however, uh, the, the committee which was formed under the Justice Radhakrishnan, so that committee followed all of the most of every direction which was given by the court with states, and then help them also that is they should improve all of the road safety scenario. But what have there is many slip between the cup and the lip. The cup and the lip means what are the measures have been made, and what are the how much they have implemented. So there is a gap between them, like the policies have been made, the lots of direction have been given, but is not any there's lots of gaps also, loopholes also. Now we have talked about the numbers, we have talked about the Supreme Court's intervention. Now we will talk about the what is the true ground reality, what is the situation now. The Motor Vehicle Act of 1988 was partially amended in August 2019. So when the Motor Vehicle Act was changed after 31 years in 2019, and some of the amendments, a new section which made traffic violation more stringent came into effect. And now from this new amendment, lots of traffic violation have been more strict now, more punishable. So now, and this has came into effect after 1st September 2019. However, most states did not increase the corresponding compounded traffic violation fees. But what happens, why? Because states are now, because of the few political reason or other reason, states now are not increasing these traffic violation fee. And although people were also protesting that why criticize the government's move on this type of fine, that because they will be the very high by paying capacity of the average Indian. So that's why state also didn't rise these type of fines. However, they didn't understand if they will not violate any rule, will not violate any type of traffic rule, so then they will not have to pay. But whatever happened, also only a few cases of traffic violation are contested by the accused in a court of law. And apart from very few cases when they came into the court of traffic violence, then they were accused by the court. Therefore, the expected impact of the deterrent provision of the amendment law could not be relied. So, what happened? Because most of the cases, state government didn't take a step, and if they go into the court, those people don't get any type of punishment from the court. So that's why there is no there is not any effect by those amendment, because those provisions however made very made with a why seeking all of these Supreme Court's Supreme Court's orders and Supreme Court direction consideration. But because they are not implementing well. That's why the situation is still very haphazard. Second, the enforcement manpower that is available is insufficient to deal with the steadily increasing volume of traffic. Or however, the second situation is also because of manpower. The traffic people are are very insufficient because the traffic is high, is increasing very rapidly. There's a lot of traffic and the traffic people are very less, so that's why they are not able to deal with all of these type of situation. The automation of process is still its infancy and limited to large cities. And if we will talk about the automation of process like high speeding, so they will catch a photo from the camera and they will send a challan to your home, a fine to your home. So it is also not foolproof and it is only limited to big cities, but most of the incidents are happening in small cities also, and it is not there. The number of hit and run cases may decrease if the intelligent traffic management system is implemented on highways and other major roads. So, but like the hit and run case, like a person will hit you in the, and after hitting a person, a car is hitting another pedestrian and running away. So, if an intelligent traffic management system has been made and implemented on highways and other major roads, so this type of case can be reduced. The Bureau of Police Research and Development has suggested, so Police Research Development also suggested a formula to calculate the number of traffic policemen required. So they have also suggested that how you can calculate the what should be the number of policemen required in any district. It is it is largely based on the number of registered motor vehicles in any district. So they have given the formula like how many vehicles are registered in your in that city. So by that way you can calculate how many police traffic police person require. Similar idea was suggested for traffic equipment requirement also. However, the actual enforcement staff and equipment due to limited road safety fund of other fund of are insufficient to effectively check traffic violation. So the main concern is because the fund is not enough, so that's why there are not that much staff and that much equipment which can control overall the situation, and who they can't control different type of traffic violations also, which are making by the people. And the third reason is there are inadequate funds for the rectification of black spot undertaking of traffic calming measures. So there is again there is the there is not enough fund. Inadequate means enough. So there is not enough fund. There is not that much amount of fund which can rectify the black spots, which can make modification in those routes and undertaking of traffic calming measure. So more than 60% road accident reportedly take place because of over speeding. Speed limit signboards are rarely seen or found even on state highway and major roads. So if we will see on overall record, about 60% road accident are happening only because of over speeding, and lots of people are running very fast. But to stop this over speeding, it is very hard to find any over speeding, any speed limit sign over the road, over the state highway, over the major city. The fourth reason is most driver, conductors and other staff in transport company do not get benefits of the organized sector. They draw a meagerly salary, usually do not have a weekly off, and are most often forced to work overtime. Therefore, unless their service conditions are improved, their attitude toward road safety cannot be acceptable above board. So here is also a situation like truck driver, truck conductor, and other people. So they get very lower salary, and so that's why, and they also have no weekly off. Like they have to work all day. They have to work overtime also. Like they are driving night, and so they are not caring so much about traffic laws. They are not obeying them. So the need to look on their conditions also. Now, unsafe roads. So why roads are unsafe? Fifth, and perhaps the most challenging task. So the fifth reason is the most challenging task because it is related to roads infrastructure, is to improve the driving skills of driver and change the casual attitude of other road users towards road safety. So now the attitude, because drivers they don't have good driving skills, like anyone can getting if you will go for driving license, they will not test, and it's just you are filling the form, giving amount, and you are getting the license. So that's why it is the most, because if you a driver don't have know how to drive well, so it can create a lot of hazard, accident, it can hit someone else. And people's uh, attitude is also very casual toward the road safety. Even today getting a driving license is not a difficult task. So if you will go to nowadays, you can get driving license very easily, and it is not very difficult task. There is no standard written and rigorous practical test. And for getting a driving test, as I was telling you, that there is no any written test or any rigorous practice have been done. So that's why anyone can get easily and driving license without knowing adequate educate skills. So that's why lots of accidents are happening. Many states do not have test driving tracks. Even what could be the worst situation, that states do not have test driving tracks? So how can person come and give a test? There are no institute for refresher training if a driving license of person is suspended. Even however, because of conditions, a person's driving license is suspended, so there is not also any training center. Though the amendment motor vehicle acts has certain provision in this regard, they have yet to come into force. However, in that amendment, few points have been made regarding to this, that they will. So, however, the motor vehicle amendment has few type of provisions for regarding to it, but it is has not implemented yet. So it will take a time for forming a training institutes in every states, in every city. It has been observed that about two-thirds of victims of road fatalities are two-wheeler drivers and pillion riders, but there is not enough emphasis being given to them. But so most of the cases it has been found like 66%, two-thirds of all of the victims of road fatalities who died are two-wheelers driver. But there is not so much emphasis are giving to, not so much concern about them. So the wear, and why? Because they are not wearing headgear. So the wearing of safety headgear is mandatory, it is not enforced strictly. So headgear means wearing a helmet is mandatory, because if you will it save your head. It is not, but in the lots of states they are not enforcing it, because due to lack of strong will, because they don't have a will, they don't want to force it. Even an amendment provision that relates to offenses by juveniles is not an enforced. Even in amendment it was also written that if juveniles uh, you can say the juveniles are below from 18 age, so related to them it is not also implementing so well, neither it is enforced strictly. The emergency response system ERSS with its pan India emergency response number has proved very useful in saving the lives of the accident victim the golden hour, but this scheme has not been implemented evenly across the state. So if you talk about this scheme where you just call on the 112 number and an ambulance will come, so it is also found that it has been very significant, because when a accident happen and if it reaches, response team reaches on the time, so person can get cured at very fast. But lots of states are very lazy in it, and even not implementing it every state is not implementing it. So if they can implement it, lots of changes can be made in this field also. So now better data collection, the accident data collection format of the Ministry of Road, Highway and now a part of the crime of the police is quite cumbersome. It requires about 60 fields to be filled up. If you would talk about how the data of these types collect, it is very it is very hard and very tough process, because in this data you have to fill 60 fields, and that has become very hard for it. So lots of data is also missing from here. This process of data collection is quite time consuming, but it is essential to identify the true cause of an accident and take remedial measures. But however, if you would see that they are filling the 60 fields, but it is will take a lot of time, but it is important for it, because you need to find the true cause of the accident, so you need to know all the details. Similarly, the main objective of the recent IRAD, Integrated Road Accident Database Project, an initiative of the Ministry of Road and Transport funded by the World Bank and under implemented, is to enrich the accidental database and improve road safety in the country by collecting data from different stakeholders using the mobile app and web application. So now they are also implementing a new plan which will be funded by World Bank and the policies of the government, where they will have a mobile app and a web application. By this all the data will be collected. So we are hoping that the integrated of these projects will bring some synergy, like and make the data collection procedure or more friendly, so not more data will be accurate data will be collected. A number of steps have been taken by the Ministry of Road Transport, Highways and States to improve the road safety scenario. However, if we talk about that, since last year, lots of steps have been taken by the union government and also by the state government. Lives cannot be lost at the cost of poor enforcement, but every life is very precious, so you can't lost a life when you are you are not ready to spend or poor enforcement traffic laws, so you should also spend it. However, unless the state and the center are on the same page to improving the strengthening the infrastructure of a state by enabling more funds, merely and only fixing target will not be a pragmatic approach to reduce road accidents. So until the time state government will not work with similar hand to hand, will work together, this the infra, and they will strengthen that, they will improve the infrastructure, they will enforce the law, they will give educate fund, because more fund is required to buy more equipment for more staff and everything. So and so that is the but so everything is required, otherwise but just fixing the target and they cannot go and achieve everything. So it was all in this video. I hope you like this. We will be reading another article in another video, and until, please like and subscribe my channel. We will be meeting in next video.